Shipmates, welcome back to the port. We're looking at the Tier 6 Polish Pan-European Premium Destroyer, Blyskawica, which I've misspelled in all the file names. I've had this for a long time. The commander, Jerzy Swirsky, as you can see, he is fully maxed. And his base trait, hide and seek, 5% detection, 5% less detection. His inspirations are Eric Bay and William Sims. So, because Swirsky's base trait involves concealment, you have the benefit of getting additional hit points. And the same thing with Bay, you can use Sims as an inspiration for Bay as well. Pretty standard skill loadout here. And the Blyskawica is a pretty standard destroyer in terms of its consumables. We're going to take a look at the mods. We have Aiming System Mod 1, Propulsion Mod 2, and Concealment System Mod 1. And as I stated, we've got 2 smoke generators, 2 engine boosts. We're the Epic Commander XP booster, the Epic Global XP booster, the Epic Credit booster, and the Common Battle booster for speed. We are using the Type 9 Permanent Camouflage and the Beta Weekend #1 flag. We have 17,660 hit points. Got a bunch of guns. They reload very quickly, 6 seconds, and they turn in 13.3 seconds. And their damage a little on the low side, but pretty standard for a destroyer. And AP, probably never going to fire a lot of AP, but 2,200. Torpedo launchers, 2x3. They reload every 70 seconds. They have an 8-kilometer range, and they travel an underwhelming speed. AA defense, not a lot to talk about here. Not a lot of AA defense. Maneuverability, 40.2 knots. Turning circle, 610 meters, 6.4 second rudder shift. That's a little lame. And detectability 5 kilometers. So between our detectability of 5 kilometers and our torpedo range of 8 kilometers, we have a 3-kilometer window in which to operate. And in my opinion, the Blyskawica, I know people consider it a gunboat because of the number of guns, but I consider it more of a do-it-all destroyer. If it had radar or sonar, it would be overpowered. I mean, technically, it's probably overpowered right now as it is because it's so good. All right, so we're here on Crash Zone, and there are no aircraft carriers, which I'm pretty happy about. And folks, when you're playing a domination match, the goal is to capture the bases. That's the goal. You can kill lots of ships, you can get a Kraken, you can sail all over the place, but if you're not capping the bases, you're not going to get a lot of points. And if you don't get a lot of points, you're not going to win. And this is the most frustrating thing because in ranked battles, a lot of the ranked battles are domination matches. And it seems that a lot of people don't understand in a match like this, or any match where it's not capture the other guy's base, really you can do a lot better for yourself by concentrating on holding 2 out of the 3 capture circles, or if it's one of the 4, 3 out of the 4 capture circles for a majority of the time. So immediately I'm headed towards Charlie. This is a pretty good map for a destroyer, lots of little islands. And I don't necessarily fear any destroyers that are in this game. So we are headed to Charlie. As you can see, the torpedoes launchers don't really have a beneficial arc They kind of start midway of the ship and back, so you do have to turn this ship a little bit more. Oh, well, maybe they're not that bad. I'm thinking of the Orkin. Those are a little more forward. Those are fine. The Orkin, the sister ship of this ship, not so hot. So here I'm just using the torp thing to check on the movement of these ships, see where they're headed to, because I'm always up for an opportunity torp. And I'm not talking about the full thing. I'm talking about, send one rack out and see what happens. So here's I believe it's a Fubuki, and he is coming to a stop. So I shoot some torps where he was heading, and then when he ground to a halt, I shot some torps directly at him. But I've got people with me, so I just start shooting at them, and I lay a smoke screen for them. And as you can see, my teammates are helping me out, and the Fubuki is in the process of having a not great day. I'll just put a little spoiler out here. I think he gets away. I don't think we kill him. But as I'm making this turn, I hit my engine boost to go at the smoke screen. I've talked about that as a tactic before to expose destroyers trying to hide in the smoke screen. I'm not concerned that he would torp at me and I would be unable to avoid them. And there's the Normandy. He's within my torp range. I am reloaded. So even though I can't see him, I speculatively tossed some out there and we captured Charlie. Look, no one else captured a base yet, and we captured Charlie. We start getting points right now for having captured Charlie, even though no one's dead. That's why you want to try to cap and hold the caps for as long as you can. So I sail through the Fubuki smoke screen, and I see a York here, and a couple of my torpedoes hit that battleship. I think it was a Normandy, and my teammate destroys that guy. So that's all well and good. Here's the Fubuki. He's trying to get away. I'm putting shots on him. I'm happy. I'm about to finish him off, and the dreaded gun lock happens, and my teammate kills him instead. Kill pinching is still a thing. All right, here's a Pensacola hiding behind the island. I point him out to my teammates, and I'm just going to toss some torpedoes his way. And I don't want to engage him. He could really rip me up if he wasn't hiding behind the island. So we'll do that. And I'm just going to head to B because B hasn't been capped yet. And the object of this game is to get all the points. So we're headed to B. And those torpedoes are wending their way towards the Picola. And I want to say I dropped some more off just in case he decides to come around the other side of the island here. Did I fire torpedoes or not? Oh, I got a hit on him. See, that's what he gets for sitting in the same place. So I want to say that might have encouraged him to abscond from his hiding place. So I want to say right here, I think I do launch some more torpedoes. Spoiler alert, he does not oblige me by coming out and driving into them. So there aren't really a whole lot of ships left on this side of the map. In fact, there aren't a whole lot of ships near B or C. We've got that one Pensacola hiding outside of the cap behind that rock. And we've got that Normandy, I believe. As you can see, he is way up on the border trying to go out of bounds. So we've got free range here. I am moving into Bravo, and I'm trying to get a handle on where these ships are going, where they're going to, and there's another destroyer over here, so I definitely want to be mindful of that. And we have a one ship lead. They have A, we have C. I'm capturing B. There's the Pensacola. He just dodges my torpedoes, and there's no use in me torping at him, so I just point him out to my teammates, and he's pretty harmless right there, so we're going to let him be there. And we're still capping B, and here's a shiny horse. One of the few ships that I think is pretty good, but I do not have it. And he's starting to head this way, so I'm going to fire one set of torps through this gap in the rocks as we capture B. So right now we're getting points twice as fast as they are. And that's why it's important to capture bases, folks, in domination matches. All right, so back to business. He's coming out from behind that island. He's got other torps headed his way. I don't know where the destroyer went, but he just popped up. I got spotted, and I start my smoke screen, and I'm in full reverse mode, and I am ignoring their other ships. I do get one torpedo hit, and I'm lighting them up with my HE. All is good. All right, well, that last salvo did way more than this one. He's going to launch a spy plane. I set him on fire. He shot torps where I used to be, which is why it's always a good idea to move around in your smoke screen. And I shot some torps at him. And I'm still shooting at him. And everybody's shooting at him. And unfortunately, right here, a stray torpedo came in and I moved forward without realizing that's where it was going. And somebody else kills the Scharnhorst. But now I see the bane of my existence, the Jervis. I shoot torps directly at him to get him off the spot. I light him up and I'm shooting him, and he puts up a defensive smoke screen. And I'm keeping my guns aimed at the same place, although I forgot to go in reverse. So right now I'm out in the open. I'm trying to shoot at him, and I just don't know where he went. I don't have the benefit of sonar, radar, or anything else. But one of our torpedoes strikes home. Now I'm trying to turn on this other Gneisen now and get torps into action, but his secondaries finished me off. And maybe if I got back to my smoke screen, that wouldn't have happened. There is just no way to know. So look, we only had one kill, and we died. But as you can see, we accounted pretty well for ourselves, and the two circles we capped, even though literally there's only one ship over there, that Pensacola never moved from behind that island. And I'm not trying to shame the guy. I guess he's playing the best way he knows how, but he could have easily tried to sail into B after me and cap that, or at least prevented us from accruing more points, or Charlie. And he didn't do either, you know. So at the end of the day, if your team is down, you have to interrupt the cap from being counted for the enemy team. And if you're in the lead, you've got to maintain those caps in order to accumulate the points. And because the point numbers and the time numbers are white numbers on a white background, even though I have my superb magnification glasses on, you could offer me millions of dollars and I couldn't read any of those numbers. Come on, Wargaming, for the love of Pete, put those numbers in black so they can be seen against the sky. Jeez, what are you doing here? All right, here's Naoba. I'm probably just going to fast forward. I think the Pensacola just got killed. Um, let's fast forward to the end of the match here. So the battle ended. We killed all the enemy team. It is a win, 693,000 plus silver, 74,000 plus XP, one kill, but we are easily on top of the board from capturing bases. That's the job of a destroyer in matches like these, not to kill all the other ships, but to capture bases. Thanks for watching, folks.